Bada bing bada.
Hi. We have people with us this week.
We have friends.
We've got Alisha. I won't say her last name like I did the show.
Please don't government name them.
And Sam with us. We've all been friends for a long time.
Yeah, we're old, guys.
Yeah. We're all, like 12-year plus friends at this point?
At least, yeah.
Top of the list of lists. I almost deleted all the lists. So I feel like maybe we like need a Google Drive back this up. How do we? I mean, it's on the cloud.
I think we need not the Notes app. I think that's the problem. Okay, so when we first started doing the shared notes, I thought I was tripping for a while because every time I would open the note while we were recording, it would just scroll back to the top. And I was like, it was before I replaced my phone. So it was still when I was rocking with my 8 Plus that was half smashed and didn't work. And I'm like, it's just my phone. It's just my phone. It still does that.
Oh,
it still skips. It does. Yeah, it skips back up to the top. And
weird.
I don't know if it's because the universe hates me or it's just Apple. I'm not sure.
It's Apple. It's
Yeah.
Apple, yeah. So my thing is too, so the cloud, and we'll get the cloud's on one of our lists later too, so we'll touch back.
We'll circle back for you, cloud.
But so the cloud stores things that you have on your phone, right? And then when you delete the things off your phone, it also gets deleted from the cloud.
It's supposed to.
Theoretically.
So then it's really not backed up. So like if I delete this whole shared note, it's actually just gone.
Yeah, it never existed.
I don't like
It was
that.
never there.
Then why am I paying for the cloud?
Some man can tell us on the internet, I'm sure.
Right.
Help us. We don't understand.
I'm just a girl.
I'm feeling really feisty today.
You definitely can pay to back up all of that. Or are
Like
you
a backup
saying,
on a backup?
Pretty much, yeah.
This is a scam.
It is.
It is. Because it's like, oh, it's on the cloud. No, it's in like a database somewhere. Like
Yeah.
it's not like up in the air floating, like it's all saved. And like really
I like to
anything you
picture
do-
it up in the air,
I
though.
just-
Me too.
Right.
Sounds
It's
better.
so beautiful. Yeah.
I want the option too to like delete it from my device, but it stays on the cloud.
Right.
Yeah.
Where's that button?
And
Like,
there
why-
used to be that button, but I don't think you can do that anymore.
Because it all got too
It
complicated.
kind of works, honestly, but
No, now if you delete it from your phone, it also gets deleted off your cloud, like a photo or your shared note or
I
whatever.
think there
So
is a
it's
way
like-
to delete photos from your phone, still
And keep them on the
and keep
cloud.
them on the cloud. I'm pretty sure.
All right, I gotta
Everything
look
else
into
We're too
that.
out of touch for that. That's
Everyone's just screaming at their radios right now. Just do this story.
Who wrote the ballet is getting a second season?
the Val?
I was like, what is a ballet? I haven't heard of it.
Did you
Yeah.
write that, Tori?
Well, it's supposed to be the Valley.
But you wrote it. So out of touch. Like, we don't even try. Oh, God.
The Valley is definitely getting a second season, which a very stern Redditor let me know.
The internet is intense, y'all.
right.
Oh, God.
But no, I'm excited about that. I thought maybe with them not doing the reunion that they weren't getting a second season, but
Yeah, that was a fair assumption. Well, and
Do you
also,
know
like,
why they're not doing a reunion?
no, and I'm curious as to why, because I thought maybe it was something to do with Brittany and Jack splitting, but if they're still going to film together next season, yeah, I don't know. Maybe just logistics or... Well, I'm glad we're getting a second season of the ballet.
thank you for saying it that way. The ballet. Did you
The ballet?
I just love that you're like, who wrote this note? Only to find that girlfriend, you wrote it.
Well, I would beg to differ that Siri wrote some of that.
The cloud. It was the
Yeah,
cloud.
the cloud.
Sabotaging.
Oh my gosh. All right, so what's going on this week?
Billie Eilish has a new album. I've listened to like half of it. I like it. It's nice chill vibes, I feel like.
I've heard snippets, but there's
I'm
like
afraid of it.
drama right now, apparently, with her and Taylor.
Oh,
Because of
come
the
on.
whole charts. Because
Oh.
like Billie Eilish said that she thinks it's like really wasteful for artists to release like all these different vinyls, which granted like lots of artists do that, but it was like right when Taylor was doing hers. So, but then she's now kind of doing kind of the same thing.
Really?
Interesting.
Very interesting.
So she has different vinyls, the same one with like one different song or something too.
It's either that or like digital releases though, and it's all about like the
Okay.
charts. Like they're trying to get number one on the charts, and people are saying that Taylor waited to drop her voice memo thingies that she did. Like sometimes artists will like give each other the courtesy of like spacing out the releases so it doesn't like overcrowd anyone else's, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an artist.
Right.
But
That's got to
allegedly.
be such a weird thing to think about. It's not just that they're making their art and putting it out there in the world, but there's also this like weird competition amongst them all.
All the politics of it too, and the etiquette, I guess.
Never
like,
really
if
thought
you-
about that before.
Yeah, but if you like unintentionally release something at a certain time and you're not aware that someone else is doing the same.
Something tells me her team is aware, like her and her team, I'm sure know what they're doing, but also like, is it really wrong? I guess
Right.
I don't know. Interesting. I had no idea.
Gray areas, I feel.
Yeah. I think there's something wrong with like all of it actually. Like just the music industry in general.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
Like
True.
I love Taylor, obviously love Taylor, but like why are the Eras Tour tickets so expensive? Like she could make those tickets a little lower, right?
Well, hers are not that expensive actually. I went for $60.
That's crazy.
Oh.
I mean, mine was like 110 maybe, but we were on the upper, way up there. But I mean, it was great.
I think it did. Ours came out to after taxes. I think it was like 70 before all the fees, and then it was like 110 after the fees, which is crazy.
But it's like all you hear about is how expensive they are, but I guess it's also just like people selling
That's
them
what
too.
it is. Yeah, it's the resellers. Yeah.
And
but
to be
also
fair,
like
go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say I pay the same amount for a Blink 182 and Lil Wayne concert, and Lil Wayne didn't show up. So yes.
You poked my heart.
And we found out on the way. We were literally in the Uber on the way to the venue and got an alert.
Easy F baby. Like,
I know. I was like, come on. And then he showed up to that little, what was it? Travis Jam that recently happened. Yeah, Kelsey Jam, I think it was called. And I was like, oh, I see how it is, Wayne. See how we're moving.
Didn't show up when I paid for your ticket.
That's so disappointing.
Dang. Yeah.
So speaking of work, I thought I found a dead body this week at work. So that happened. It was so stressful, and all of y'all were a part of it.
Yeah. It's so weird. I came in a little late.
My mom was a part of it as well because I had to tell someone.
No, so was mine because my mom was with me. The first day I brought her to work with me. First day ever. I've been working this job for 3 years now?
She's like, Tori, we gotta find you a different career.
Yeah. I'm like, Mom, I'm working like 5 minutes from your house. Just meet me up there. It's like a super quick, fun, light work needed type of job. Come along.
Light work.
Like a fun
Well, she
little
did.
mother-daughter experience.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
And as we're walking, we were monitoring some wetlands. Again, it's always the wetlands. And I look down and there's these kind of 2 bags with bones and decomposing remains in them. And it was just strange that it was in 2 bags, you know? And the one piece just looked like it had long hair. So we had to call the cops. We waited for like 2 hours for the cops to get there. And it was just a pig. It was a pig strangely disposed of. Amber, we've talked about this a few times. That I was supposed to go cut my hair the one time. And then we had the lice fiasco. And I had to cancel the day of. And I was taking a shower the other day. Brian had to leave. And the baby was napping. And the baby woke up during my shower. So I'm trying to rush and get out of the shower, like brush through my hair so I can get to him because he's crying. And I couldn't brush through my hair. And I just, you know what? I was like, I don't need it. And
was this the day you found the pig too?
No.
Okay, I'm picturing this all as one day.
No.
So
the pig was Friday. This was yesterday or
Just
the
kidding.
day before.
You're right. Time doesn't exist.
Why did I have to think about that so hard, though? You asked me that. Those are like 4 or 5 days apart, and I had to think
It all
about it
runs
for a
together.
good minute.
Yeah, I confused you. It's my fault.
But yeah, so the hair's gone. I don't need it. I ain't got time for it, so.
I have
goes.
never seen you with hair this short, and I love it.
I've never had it.
I love it.
Yeah, I've never
I
had
didn't
it this
think
short.
so. I didn't think so.
Whoa. I actually just noticed that it was like chopped. I thought you maybe had it like pulled back or something.
Yeah, she
No.
like gaslights you into thinking like, and that freaking snap she sent was like 5 minutes long. She didn't even acknowledge her hair in the first 5 minutes. So I was just like, is her hair different? And I'm like, no, she's just been hacking it off lately. Like that's probably just a layer of it, right? No, she cut her hair. It's amazing.
Do you feel so free and like
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
don't regret it yet at all. Maybe tomorrow, because it has only been 1 day. But so far, smooth sailing, don't regret it. I think I'm going to thin it out still somewhere. I have those little, like, thinning scissors, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's still big. There's still a lot of it. Like, the bottom layer that was longer wasn't that thick, I realized.
Yeah.
So it does feel freeing, but I want to be freed up more, I think.
Did anyone else like almost shave their head during lockdown and stuff? Because Sho and I were so close.
That's
to just, like,
incredible.
shaving it. We were
No.
going insane.
I definitely did the bangs. I did cut
the
bangs.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna cut bangs. That's on my list. I think I'm gonna have bangs next week, I think.
Do it.
We'll see. Also, maybe I'll shave my head the rate I'm going. Last what's going on this week for me is I got some hand-me-down flip-flops. I
I
know
wasn't
this is
expecting that sentence.
yeah, kind of out of left field. Yeah, some hand-me-down flip-flops. They seemed fine. They seemed in normal, not that worn condition. I put them on. I get in the car. I get out of my first stop, Starbucks. And I'm walking in. I kind of like I didn't actually stub my toe on the curb, but like I kind of like caught the curb on the bottom of the flip-flop. I'm like, that felt like odd. But just keep walking, go in, come back out, hands full of coffee and stuff because I was getting food and coffee for Brian and I. And as I'm walking out, I see the sole of a flip-flop laying there.
Wait.
Yeah, I know you meant like the soul, SOLE, but part of me is also
No, I think it did like inside die in that moment as well, right? So we had to go on. So we go to the pediatrician and I still have like the part that your foot touches, but there's like a sole that was under it.
right.
So I'm at this point I can still walk around. We go to the pediatrician. We decide to pop by and get some ramen on the way home real quick at a little like pickup spot. We go there. I'm sitting down waiting for them to bring it to me. It's to-go order. They bring it to me. I stand up and walk away from the table, and the thong on the other flip-flop is just disconnected. It was just, nothing happened.
Who gave these flip-flops have lived?
I stood up and it just wasn't on my foot anymore. So I tried to like kind of shimmy walk to the car. And I couldn't. So I had to throw the one flip flop away and just like walk with one bare foot out of this like shopping center and
I just want to know what the people who worked there were thinking.
Literally crying.
Yeah, there are tears. I have
I
tears.
was picturing it all in my head.
You're a good storyteller, Tori. We felt like we were
Thank
there
you.
with you.
Thank you.
We were the soul of the flip
I'm also impressed.
SOUL.
After the soul fell off, that you were like, I'm still gonna get ramen. This is-
Well, yeah.
I got shit to do.
Fine.
Yeah, it didn't feel that that much of an impediment at the time. I don't know. Is that the right
Tori,
word?
who gave you these flip flops?
Yes, that's the question.
So it's like a friend of a friend.
Did they glue them? I feel like they just glued them together. They were completely apart.
It's just crazy to me that like they must have lasted for this person for some amount of time, right? Like there was some amount of time
Clearly.
that this person put both flip-flops on and they came back home with both of them intact. And I go one outing and they both are just flying into pieces.
Just smithereens.
So that happened.
Wow. I was not expecting that. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think I've talked to any of you guys about that one yet.
Mm-mm.
So
I'm glad you saved it.
Yeah.
I'm
Save
glad
it
you
for the
saved it.
pod. That's a big thing. Amber and I can't really talk to each other during the week anymore. It's
Yeah.
kind of just like, no, save it for the pod. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Everything. Like, so we just don't even acknowledge each other.
No. She's like, how's your day? I'm like, fuck off.
Get out
Why
of
are you
here.
texting
Stop
me?
talking to me.
Yeah.
Save it.
Shut the fuck up. Some other updates this week. Netflix put out a teaser of, you know what I'm going to say, of Liam Hemsworth for the first time as Geralt from The Witcher.
Boo.
And let me just say, the comment section did not fucking disappoint. So I am going to read you some of these lovely comments, and we're just going to enjoy those.
Do we need
For our
any
viewing pleasure.
context? Like, about what the show's about? Do I need to know what this guy looks like?
Yeah, you should probably
Look up
know what he looks like.
I might do
Look
that.
up Henry.
Yeah, just Google like Henry Cavill Geralt.
I've been meaning
Henry,
to
I
watch
thought it
The
was
Witcher
Liam.
as well.
Well, yes. Okay,
You have
so
to
some context is that Henry Cavill has played Geralt in the series since it began, and now he's no longer continuing in the series, so they've replaced him with Liam
Okay.
Hemsworth. So this is the first time the audience has seen Liam as the new character. By the way, that shirt's fucking cute.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Thanks.
it's super cute.
Wow.
The knit shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Okay.
It's super cute.
Thanks, guys. Is
And actually,
Liam...
Can I grab a tissue real quick? Because I literally cried.
I need some sinus drainage.
So is Liam... That's the Miley Cyrus's guy, right?
Yeah, like the worst
Yes.
Hemsworth.
Right.
Okay, like we don't like him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He is hot.
Yeah. Okay. So some of the comments, now that you have context.
Oh,
And
should
by
we
the
wait
way,
for Sam? Oh, Sam's back. Okay.
the fandom is pretty pissed. First of all, Henry Cavill did a fantastic job as this role. So it's like really sad to see him go. And Liam's a douche. So I'm sure some man with frosted tips on the internet's going to get mad at that. So I already started some internet beef today. So fucking come at me, cash me outside, if you will. That's why my username is what it is today, because I'm ready to fucking fight.
I love it.
Okay, so some of the comments. Netflix ordered a Geralt from Sheen.
Yep. 100%.
The Switcher. Yennefer can buy herself her own flowers.
Ooh.
Reralt of Givia, because his name is actually Geralt of Rivia. So they just
Did a swap
flip flopped. Did a little, kind of like our internet hater. His name, I don't know if you noticed, his username was like that.
You guys have a
Busted.
hater?
We can say that. Yeah, I started shit today. It was great. This guy commented on one of our Instagram posts, which is the funniest part is we only have like 60 followers on Instagram.
Yes.
Like on TikTok, we at least have like 600 or something.
7.
You know? Nice. We're great. And so the video, of course, the video they commented on was the last episode when we were talking about Harrison Butker's commencement speech. And we were just saying what a fucking buffoon he is. And this man in the comments got mad. And men aren't good at insults on the internet. They always just say like you're ugly or you're fat. And it's just
so
like,
basic.
Please do better. Like, I want you to hurt my feelings.
Yeah, try.
I am begging you. And so when I saw,
or something,
yeah, Tori,
make this interesting.
Make it hard. Yeah, like it's too easy. It's not even fun. Like we just
for a challenge.
I am. Yeah. So anyway, this guy was talking shit, and I didn't even tag him. I just went into the comments and said, the butthurt men in the comments with that emoji. And I said, bye, hater.
I feel like he missed the part in elementary or preschool when they teach you like the sounds that the animal makes.
Yes. he put a cow emoji and said like oink oink. and so I put out a call to action on Snapchat. I sent out Snapchats to all my groups of female friends, and I said, guys, let's do this. Let's start some beef on the internet. And Shoshana was like, bet, we will. She like went straight to the comments. It was great.
Shirt is shirting.
Yeah, I want that. Where did you get that?
It's knit. Marshalls.
I thought you were saying like you did it. I was like, what?
Oh, that would be so cool.
That would be cool.
So Vanderpump, are you guys caught up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I think the third part's going to be the most intense.
Yeah,
from
like explosive.
What it seems like. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it seems like lots of tears on the next one, so I'm definitely
and fake tears
ready.
The fake ones, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Sandoval is definitely going to spew some bullshit, and the universe is probably going to fall for it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
or the cast.
Is anyone falling for it? Like, let us know, you guys, anyone listening. Like, if you're falling for it, just kind of chime in with that. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I saw
Sheena
this
and Lala.
TikTok of this girl who I guess he was playing somewhere in Texas, and it was like in this kind of like business park courtyard looking at area, and I mean there were like maybe 50 people there, but if you think about the scale of VPR and everything, and to see him performing for like that audience, and it's like in the middle of the day like,
in a parking lot.
So funny thing about that, we actually are going to have Birdie on the podcast next week. I don't know if we still say Birdie.
So we'll continue to say Birdie just because she loves that we have given her a nickname. Okay. So and she loves that we picked Birdie. So funny story, she actually called me this morning and she was like, hey, I know I'm supposed to be doing recon for the podcast. So her sisters bought tickets to a Tom Sandoval and the Extras show. And she was like, I'm only going to go because I'm going to do recon for the podcast. And then come back and talk about it. And she thought the show was next week, and it was this week, and she missed it.
Oh, no.
And that's on being a Tom Sandoval fan. Not that they are, but like people are out here buying tickets and they're just like forgetting to go. So she's still going to be on the episode, and we can still talk hella shit about Tom Sandoval.
I'm so excited to talk with her because I know she's seen like all the Bravo shows, and I'm at like I don't know 30% of all of them, and I'm just so excited to speak to the Grandmaster.
I think that's her legacy. Yeah, like her legacy is just how much Bravo knowledge she has. It's incredible.
I'm impressed.
They should throw her a party Bravo should and invite everybody.
She should be like co-hosting the Andy Cohen.
She
Yeah.
should be, honestly.
Absolutely.
What are you doing, Bravo?
Slacking.
Problem with Sheena aggressively telling Katie that she didn't tell her about the kiss because she didn't want to hurt her.
That entire situation is so messed up to me.
Yes.
I-
Like, what?
Yeah, I think instead of spending time coming up with excuses, she could just say, "I'm so sorry."
Mm-hmm.
And then
Like-
that's it.
Accountability. Just like a
What a
shrug.
crazy thought. Yeah.
Yeah, just like, how about let's not defend it in some half-ass way, like I didn't want to hurt you.
Yeah.
I bet you absolutely did want to hurt her back in the day. Come on.
Mhm.
And
And
what
she
about
said-
since then?
Yeah.
What about all that time in between? All that
And
middle
she said
time
she
when y'all were
forgot
like
about
best
it.
friends?
And there was a point, I
Right.
think, that she like remembered that was still like somewhat recent, but she still didn't tell her. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you don't feel
Right.
any like you don't feel bad.
She
would've
said she
Also
forgot.
with
Yeah,
Shay
good point.
At that time, she was with Shay. Like,
Yes.
Mhm.
Right. That just
Like,
keeps
just
getting
engaged.
overshadowed just because like
glaze over that.
Yeah.
And none of this would have ever come out if Shorts didn't say anything.
Yeah. And she basically said
Right,
that
like
too.
an
She was
idiot.
like, "Oh yeah, we're basically gonna like take it to our grave or something along those lines." And I'm like, "You're
So
you're
you
still-
stand by that then.
Yeah.
Why don't we just double down?
that. Okay, Sheena invented doubling down. She said flip flop, double down. She's got it.
She should
Also,
be
I
a
feel like we-
politician. She missed her calling.
Since
She
we've
did.
said
Because you're
since we've-
good as gold for president. Like,
For president. Oh my god.
since we said doubling down like 6 times, I feel like we should shout out Show and Aaron. Go listen to Doubling Down. Great podcast.
Yeah.
Why I don't know why I'm whispering. into
Thanks for the
pod.
backup on the internet drama show. You're a real one. We will shout you out. You hereby have free advertising at Out of Cast. I'm still doing this.
Out of cast.
Out of touch.
Speaking of accountability, Katie not remembering if she hooked up with Mexican
See, I support this one though. I support
was convenient.
Yes. Girls
This
supporting
one's
girls.
funny. Yeah. We're girls. We're all girls here.
Yeah.
her
For
little
girls.
smirk
We're
whenever
girls for the girls.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this reunion, we finally got to see Allie.
Yes, I wanted her there the
She
whole
looks
time
so
though.
good.
I love her.
That's
I
what we
love
were
her.
saying after the first part of the reunion aired. We were like, where the fuck is Allie?
Because why is
She
Brock there the
That's what I
whole
was gonna say.
time?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Allie's like,
Which we finally like Brock, so it's
Yeah.
okay. But we also like those two, honestly, Brock and Allie made the whole fucking season. And they deserve to be on the reunion full time.
I will say I don't love Brock these last couple episodes. I don't know. Some parts of him I love. I love him as a dad.
mhm.
He was kind of coming at Ariana pretty hard though, in like ways that didn't make sense to me.
Yes.
And I think it was out of trying to be a good husband.
Yeah.
So like I get that.
I think he's trying to
Um,
be supportive, yeah.
I think
But
so
I-
too. But
I think it's coming from a good place on one hand, but he's also there's just like a lot of Ariana bashing that I'm just not here for.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
Ariana stan, so
Yes.
yes,
Mhm.
yes,
pretty much.
we liked her even when she was a backup dancer, Sheena.
Right?
Oh my
She was
gosh, the Dancing
backup
with the
because
Stars.
For like one little 5-minute concert. Okay, guys.
Yes, Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, that I am so tired of hearing the words "Dancing with the Stars."
Oh my gosh, never again. And then
Mhm.
they asked her about that on this episode too, and she's like, maybe next year. And they're like, but would you say no? She's like, no.
Andy's like, let's be real. If they called you tomorrow, you'd go right now. Because she's like, I have these plans, like with my music and blah blah blah. And it was
Yeah,
just like,
with the band.
yeah. But like, it's not Ariana's fault that they called her and not Sheena. She's supposed to be
Right.
like, no, I can't take this because my friend's actually waiting for you to call her.
And
At some
Ariana
point.
didn't even tell Katie.
Mm-mm.
So like,
Because she like literally couldn't.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
it's so
And were there some people that knew? Yeah, but like she maybe chose to tell 2 or 3 people close to her, Sheena. Like,
Yeah,
you have to be okay if you're not always that person. Like, it's so strange.
exactly. And there's a reason why maybe you're not always the go-to.
Yeah. And I think that's a
She
part
has
of her
like main
problem.
character syndrome.
Yeah, I think she wants to be that
Yes.
person in every person's life. And that's why she gets so upset and like so attached to everyone who's like
Yes.
actually friends. I don't know.
Yeah, Katie does not seem excited to see Joe. And the biggest realization I had during this part of the reunion was that Joe doesn't know how to talk.
Yeah,
I
I think
feel bad for her actually.
Yeah,
I think she's got
bad.
some
She's
like
really misunderstood, kind of.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think she's like acting in not the best way in some ways. But she also, I think, just has really bad anxiety, and it's hard for her to. I don't think she's made for reality TV.
Agreed.
Like, it's just hard for her to like say what she means, I think, on camera and while filming.
You can tell that she gets like very nervous, and I think her tone is just so odd. It's like I understand where she's coming, like her anger at Katie, totally understandable. Katie was pretty harsh, and I think she deserves. Joe's feelings are totally valid. She deserves to feel that way. But the way she was when Katie was talking, and Joe's like, "Oh my God, you're sorry? You're sorry?"
Yeah.
It was just like,
what did she just say to me?
She said she feels bad for me or something like that, and it was so like over the top.
And it's like, and also like, yeah, girl, like we all like maybe you didn't feel it in the moment, but she did watch it and she saw how you were getting breadcrumbed, and we all feel bad for you because we've all been there. And I think that's what Katie was saying, more so like from the perspective of like as a woman and having been there, like, yeah, I feel bad. That sucks. Like Schwartz was leading her on, and she's trying to say that and like admit that, you know, I do have some feelings towards you, or I feel bad for you, and she just couldn't get a word out.
She wasn't like, "Oh, I pity you."
Yeah.
She was like,
right.
I realize what.
But Katie and them were very mean to her too, so I understand her just being super defensive as well. So I don't know.
I can't believe she doesn't feel more strongly about the rest of the cast, because that one episode where Sheena and everyone kind of ganged up on her at once about the hat, that was the weirdest scene.
So gross.
In the season. It was so strange. It was so gross. So yeah, I'm just surprised she's like so mad at Katie, but she gives everybody else a pass, and it's like they all kind of treated you like shit, especially Schwartz.
I feel like this is probably none of my business, but so bad I want to know what happened between Joe and Schwartz. They were like alluding to it a lot on stage. And like Joe like cut Schwartz off at one point so that he wouldn't go into it. And then there's another point when she was talking to him and he's like, well, that's not why we stopped talking. That's not why we split or whatever. And she was like, I know why we did, almost like trying to keep him from saying whatever the reason was. And I know that that's none of my business, but I am very curious as well.
So thus I need to know. Weigh in, guys. Let us know in the comments, as they say.
And then Schwartz already has a new girlfriend, and Joe's sitting right next to him, and he's like, "Oh, she's amazing."
The way he introduced it when he was like, "She's so beautiful, and that's my least favorite thing I like about her," or something. It's like, Schwartz, shut up.
Dude.
Yeah,
like you try like, so hard.
Who wrote that down for you before you came out?
Who wrote that down? Joe wrote it. Joe was like, "Here, let me help you."
Yes on Lala for calling Schwartz out for gaslighting. He was kind of trying to say that he wasn't, and she shut that down real quick.
Yeah.
And that's why I love Lala. She will say it how it is. And I feel like she's kind of well versed in like the psychological terms like gaslighting and stuff, because she's done a lot of therapy and has gone through it.
Disengage.
So. I was just thinking that was in my
You want to get popped?
Gosh, she's so different.
Bambi-eyed bitch.
Like,
sorry.
But I do feel like disengage is definitely like a therapy term.
Oh, true. Good point. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's true. Always, it's so aggressive.
It was aggressive. Yeah. Like, bitch, you're getting me engaged. What do you mean disengaged?
Better
Yeah.
kiss.
Yeah. It's like that's not encouraging me to disengage. Like if anything, I feel more aggressive.
It's like
now.
a
I'm
man telling you to
amped up.
calm down or relax.
Yes.
Don't.
Don't ever tell me to calm down. Mm-mm.
I don't even want to imagine that. How do we feel about Allie saying that she'll leave James if he drinks again?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm torn a bit because I understand it very much so, but I also feel like it puts more pressure on him, which can sometimes lead to like him thinking,
The opposite effect. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with her. Like, I like the way she handled it because she wasn't just like flat out like she took some time to think about it. She like really carefully thought about her answer and answered honestly. Like, I respect that. It wasn't like, I feel like how Rachel used to put this weird, the way Rachel handled it was so poor. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like maybe like she's just protecting herself too, like because he does get really like amped up when he's drinking, you know. Yeah, very mean too. Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe she's just like, I know I can't like live with that, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a healthy boundary. Yeah.
James comes at Tom.
He does at the end, yeah. And it like cut off. So I'm very curious what is going to be said in the next episode.
Was Tom alluding to the fact that like James is like beats his dog? Was I like picking up on that?
That's what it felt like. I don't see it with the dog, but I don't know because he is a different person when he's drinking too. Like
would
he
he even remember if he did it or not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Back then, because he was off the rails. So
yeah. So we were talking a lot about how Lala's in her soft mom era. I don't really feel like I identify with that. I wish I did. I feel like I'm in a chaotic mom era, maybe, or like a frazzled mom era. I was just wondering what mom or auntie eras are you guys in?
toddler mom era.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Enough said.
That's all you
It's
need.
fine. It's great, and I love every moment. And help. No, just kidding. It is really great.
I'm in my high school band mom era.
Ooh,
Because
that's fun.
my child is going to high school in the fall and has band camp this summer for marching band.
Wow, yep.
And that's where we're at.
That's exciting.
It's crazy.
I'm so excited for him because I lived that, and
He's so pumped.
wow, that's
Yeah,
cool.
he's a grown-up. Yeah. He's going to get a job soon and support us. And we're going to quit our jobs. So.
Yep. That's what it's all
That's
for.
what era.
Isn't that why, like, I mean, I'm only an auntie, so I don't know, but isn't that the purpose of having children?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I signed up for.
You got it.
To fold the laundry. Like,
Yes.
Because right now it's not getting folded. But soon he'll be older and he can,
Yeah.
he's working on holding things at the moment, but we'll get there.
it just takes some time.
Just some fine motor skills.
Yeah.
Nothing big.
Right.
Yeah. That was a great question, by the way.
Thanks. I felt like I caught you guys off guard.
You did. I was like not even sure what the fuck that note meant. Like, what mom era are we in?
thought
like,
it was
this has got to be
misplaced.
another bullet point in the wrong spot. Yeah.
That's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
So, I will say, I guess the other era I'm in with mom era things is my daughter has figured out the childproof locks. Which I'm like proud and horrified at the same time.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the option anymore? What do you just have to like?
I don't know. We'll figure it out because like we have
Rubber
the ones that
bands?
you like put underneath the counter where you have to kind of go inside with your finger, and then we have the magnet ones. So she's figured out the finger one, and then she's realized that she can grab the magnets from our fridge, and they unlock the cupboards.
Yes, queen.
She is
Wow.
so
Genius.
smart.
Dude,
That's
Josh and I
incredible.
were like, are you kidding? But
Mommy, I found the key.
You know what you could
I
try?
know.
If you put oven mitts on her hands and then just duct tape them, she won't have any
Oh my
I thought it
grabbies.
was going to be serious advice for a second.
I can just
Wow.
see her though with like these oven mitts and this spice rack, just like flopping stuff around. Spices
Yeah.
are flying everywhere.
But that's a chance you take with that solution. So it's like a you know, write your own adventure sort of.
Right.
Now, I
So-
do think between the oven mitts and the rubber bands, like rubber band, somehow maybe you put a rubber band through all of the handles, you know, and then
Yes.
kind of tie that to get maybe braid them
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure.
as you go. And then the oven mitts, what can she do?
I
Nothing.
mean, she'll be SOL at that point. So
Yeah.
I think we found our answer.
That's it. Wow. World peace. We just women in STEM. That's the motto this week.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I was telling Amber how you guys like found the profile, the YouTube profile, and Amber goes, "Women in STEM," and I'm like, "No, Amber, that's exactly what they were saying at the time."
Yes.
It was a wild moment.
Women can do
that's
anything.
funny. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Women in STEM.
When worlds collide. Yeah. Women in STEM.
And then it's like, is any experience a unique experience? Like we're all just having the same collective thoughts.
Right. Like,
At
do you
this
guys
point.
ever see a TikTok where it's like this really unique situation that
Yes.
you think you have only experienced, and you see a TikTok on it, you're like, am I even like an individual at this
Yeah.
point?
It's all a
Right. There's
simulation.
like 8. There's like
I'm an AI.
800,000
Did you ever, like,
comments.
Fart on a Tuesday, on Thanksgiving, you know, whatever. And it's like, yes, I have.
Did do that.
That one time I did do that. Yeah, exactly that.
Just like automatically, I don't feel unique. Like, damn it. I thought I
But
was
also, it makes you feel less alone.
same.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good way to
exactly.
look at it.
It's like, it's a weird double-edged sword. Sword.
Swords.
Sword.
Did you mean to do it that time?
No.
Oh, wait,
Alicia, you're up.
which one are we on?
Lisa.
Oh.
Lisa. Why is Lisa here?
Okay, so aside from the obvious reasons as to why she's still involved in the show, why what does she give to the show? I mean, other than, again, the obvious.
Why are you here with all these people who are half your age?
Mhm.
They like, you could be their mom.
And before she was
Yeah.
like a...
Like the Wizard of Oz. And
Yes.
Like, all this,
Yes.
and like a haze in the background.
And
That's what they should do. Honestly, I would watch another season of this shit if they did that. If they were like, look, we'll Wizard of Oz her in the next reunion.
And she used to like
If you guys
mentor
watch.
them, and now she's just like, I don't know, she just doesn't seem to care.
Now, the best thing she did all season, but it could have been strategic on her end, and it was, I think, was when she brought Graham back. Or Hippie.
Yeah.
Hippie.
Oh, I
Hippie,
cried.
Hippie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that Graham?
Yes. Because it was like a late reaction. You could tell he like was shocked and then was trying to hold it
Yes.
together. And then when he broke down, I lost it.
Like he genuinely had no idea that was going to
Mhm.
happen. And that was really beautiful. And just so sweet.
Yeah.
But on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Lisa gets accused of like kind of coordinating things to be like on camera and stuff. So it's like that's the best thing I think she's done all season. But like, was it
Oh, it's calculated 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
she's-
And I'm okay with it being calculated, but like, was it? What was the main intention? I guess.
What
You
was
know,
her-
Was
like-
it for the show or was it for James, which was
Right.
her actual motive?
Right. Like if you did it for James and for Hippie, but it also benefited the show by all means.
Mhm.
But I just don't know anymore with her.
She's probably
but I still love her. I'm
Yeah.
still Lisa Stan.
a huge fan. Yeah, by the way. I'm not hating on her, but
I love her dirty jokes left and
oh
right.
my gosh.
Like
Yes.
The older she gets, the better they
Yes.
are. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she just reached a point where she's like, no one on the show can act, and it's getting so bad that I'm just gonna like input this little scenario where it's a complete
Oh, yeah.
surprise and
Yeah.
they can't mess it
Mhm.
up with their horrible acting.
She also has very little, like, since they're not working for her anymore, she has very little reason to interact with them.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's almost like she has to force that,
Yeah.
or else
Mhm.
would it really
That's
be
true.
that natural for her to have interjected
Yeah.
otherwise? So
That's true. That makes me think too of the time when they're all at the table and Lisa's like, "Can we all say something nice about Tom, like Sandoval?"
everyone's
was
like,
another-
no.
Yeah, that was another time it felt like
Isn't that like
strategic.
Is that a shared experience where we've all been at the table, like with family members or something in an uncomfortable situation? We have to all either say something nice or like something we're thankful for,
Yeah.
and you're just
or not talk at all, but then everyone's like, "What's so wrong with?"
So, have you guys seen the Duracell ad with Anne in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
So, like, who was it? Ariana, who also had right after the
Yes.
whole. I'm just wondering, like, how deep their hatred for Sandoval is at this point, because first with Ariana, and you know,
Mhm.
got a lot of.
Then they were like, let's get Anne in here.
And I love
Who was the
Anne so
secret
much.
boss guy?
Yes.
Wait, so Duracell went for both of them?
Mm-hmm. She just came out with a commercial, like, I saw it during the reunion. I'm pretty sure it aired.
I saw
Yeah.
Anne's, but I didn't know that Ariana's
Ariana's came
came
out
out,
like shortly after Scandal.
Yeah, when he was like, "Oh,
what
she
happened.
doesn't even. I buy the batteries or whatever he said, and like she doesn't buy pens or something like that."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't see the commercial ever. That's so funny.
Mhm.
That's so
Yeah.
much more funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
That's
incredible.
hilarious.
Also good for Anne. Get your check, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
she said, I have a new boss and I did an ad for Duracell.
I will say I was disappointed Anne wasn't at the reunion. Like, we
Yeah.
all know this whole season was really about
Yeah.
Anne.
Yeah. The first
And-
half, I was like all for Anne. And then the second half, I was like, I love Allie. So I
Yeah.
was distracted. But
Yeah.
That's like we need
Yeah.
more of both. Like we did not
Mhm.
get
We
enough
need-
content.
One more reunion episode, so we
It's
never
very
know.
true.
Yeah, they could.
True.
yeah, maybe she'll come out and reenact the Duracell ad for us.
No. Guys, so Anne and Ariana together are double A's. And then Anne and Ariana and who was the other person we were just talking about? Allie? They're
Yes.
triple A's.
Yes.
What?
That would be incredible.
Sandoval's never gonna want to.
Duracell, my phone number is.
If you want to sponsor us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a
that's-
sponsor. Not a sponsor.
That is a great idea. So Anne and Ariana should at the very least be batteries for Halloween.
oh yeah.
Yes.
You
Someone
know.
tell them.
I mean, he
Someone
was
give a
Rachel,
message
so,
to the
like-
top.
Yeah, you need to at them or something.
Okay, Summer House. Let's see. Paige and Sierra fight with Kyle. Kyle's still being a nimwad.
Good word, Nimwad.
We'll add
Yeah.
that. We'll add that.
Yeah. That's a good insult. Fustin was a Nimwad.
I feel
Good
like
job.
Buxton is an insult. in and of itself, right?
I'm enjoying saying it. Like that's the only reason. Like honestly, I've moved on from the beef. I'm just so stuck on the username is Fustin.
Shut the fuss up. Yeah. No, it's very applicable. Yeah. Kyle's being a nimwad. Lindsay wants to go to Dockers, a restaurant, and Carl's being a little brat about that. He doesn't want to go with her because he wants to go home. And he's just like, so they're leaving the summer house. Sorry, I should have given some context for the weekend. Heading back to the city, and then they got in some fight the night before, and then Carl's just like ticked off at Lindsay, and he was supposed to take her, like put her luggage in the car before leaving, but he was being so petty that he left without getting her luggage. So he just dipped. And then, there's a new guy this season, Jesse, and he had his 5-year cancer checkup, and they found something, and it's getting biopsied. So that was an emotional ending, and it kind of left on that note. So hopefully we get good news on the next episode.
Wow, that was a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Like,
and I really like flew through it too.
It's like you get Paige and Sierra fight with Kyle, and Kyle's being a Nimwad. Great job, really.
Thanks. Yeah, I figured we have a lot to get through. You know, I was just kind of
speed it up a little,
matching the tone. Yeah. The Valley. Am I the only one who watched The Valley? Did anyone else watch that?
I did. I started it, but I only got a few minutes in.
I am getting through it. I think I'm on episode like 7, I think.
Okay.
I haven't watched any of it yet.
But it's very interesting.
Yes. This was a good episode. There was a lot of emotions. We had some arguments. We had some like kind of brotherly love moments, which I don't know how I feel about that. It was like all the guys.
Between who?
The men. They all like got together and they're like, the women never say thank you for anything. And like this one guy's about to have a baby and they're like, she's never going to thank you. Like it was cute in a sense that like the men were bonding, but also like listening to what they're saying, it's like,
it sounded real men's rights.
Yes. Yeah. Jax is just off his rocker.
He's so out of touch. If anyone in the universe is out of touch, it's Jax Taylor.
He can't have it. No, he's got to go somewhere else.
He needs to be a guest on your podcast.
No, absolutely not.
It'd be so fun. Troll him the whole time. So, Jax, what's it like to be an absolute nimwad?
He'll be like, I don't know.
He'll be like, I'm the number one nimwad.
I'm the number one nimwad in this group. Stop trying to be the number one nimwad in this group.
I'm the number one nimwad.
Yes. Oh my God. You do so good at the eyes. That's exactly what he does. It's like just.
I'm sorry. I won't do that anymore. That's probably terrifying.
I love it. Wow.
As a mom, I would use that to my advantage.
Get that big, actually. I'm like, oh.
Alicia's like, I would wake my kids up with that terror. Like, you give me an attitude one more time, that's how you're going to wake up, okay? You don't get out of bed on time.
Oh, man.
So Brittany, on Vanderpump, Brittany had stomach issues sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember that. And I remember always thinking, like, she needs to go to the doctor. And I think one time she went and, like, didn't follow up or something. I can't remember
She went right before Mexico for Sheena's wedding. And the doctor was like, don't eat anything spicy or drink any alcohol.
And she did.
Right before she's about to go to Mexico. So
that didn't work out, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And Jax definitely was like, you shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be drinking. Saying things like that.
So they're in the same place now. That's what's going on is like she had one drink, I think. And then it was like hours later, she started puking everywhere. And he's just like, she's puking into a toilet and he's screaming at her for being wasted. And he's like, all the other girls can handle it. No other girls are puking. Well, because none of them are drunk, Jax. Like she had one drink. And now, do I think maybe she needs to see a doctor and find out what's going on? Yeah. But to be screaming at your wife while she's not feeling well that's not a good look, or a good person.
No.
That's not a partner.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Right. Yeah. Nia and Danny are just super cute. They're so cute.
The cutest. I caught up on the previous episode when Nia was doing the like self-defense class and he came to support her and I was just like, stop. Like they're not real. They're so cute.
They
like
really
the only
are.
Bravo couple I've ever rooted for.
The twins, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. They're so cute.
And they're doing better than everyone else. It's like, y'all need to get it together. I was just super like annoyed with Jax writing most of these notes. I'm like, she's not sick, she's sick of you. That's something that someone said. They're like, she's not sick, because they're kind of alluding that like the reason she's having all this stomach issues because she's so stressed because she has to deal with your ass all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm just happy for Brittany that she is away from this man now. Oh, this got creepy. Okay, so they went on this baby moon. Janet invited Jax and Brittany, Nia and Danny, and Jesse and Michelle, but she didn't invite Kristen or Zach to her baby moon because she's not as close to them, doesn't want the drama, she's pregnant, doesn't want to deal with their shit. Totally get that. And she wanted like an intimate get together. So Zach posted to his Instagram story at night when they were all in I forget where they were at. It was like Big Bear or something. Big Bear. Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
They're all at Big Bear, and Zach posted to his Instagram story that night, black screen, just a location tag that said Big Bear, California. So very strange move on his part. Like, what are you trying to be like intimidating or like?
Yeah, that's
it's creepy.
weird.
It's creepy.
Odd choice.
And then he's like laughing about it with Kristen the next day, like, oh, you know, they can take it however they want. I was just joking. Like, no, dude, that comes off creepy no matter who you are. So that was weird. Well, I think that's all we have for today. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Out of Touch, the letter P cast, all one word. Follow us on TikTok at Out of Touch Moments, or you can send us an email at outoftouchcast@gmail.com. Boom.